All right, Dino, we haven't seen you since the second national. I guess you hurt your shoulder practicing? What exactly happened?
Yeah, it was just after Colorado, and I was slowly progressing, getting better, and I think, you know, I just needed a few rounds to get in and get my feet wet. I would have been, you know, my goal was to be like, you know, top 3, and I think it was achievable for sure. But anyways, I was just practicing and just had a little bit of a malfunction and ended up popping my shoulder out. And I was just gutted at the point, just because that's just what I came back from, and I couldn't believe it popped out again. So just straight to the doctors, they popped it back in, and then that was it really. I had to get surgery.
How did you feel the first 2 rounds before that happened?
Oh, the first 2 rounds before was awful. But I mean, I wasn't prepared going in at all, and we all knew that. You know, I just needed to go race by race and slowly pretty much race myself into shape. And that's just how it was, and people were so judgmental on your results, like, oh, you know, you suck now, or this and that, which I did suck, but I was getting better. You know, the first round I was running 6th, and I stalled it, and then I just never even had the fitness to just keep going. I got like 17th, and then the next moto at Hangtown, I crashed off the start, so I was dead last and got like 12th. So right Hangtown off, that was horrible. And then at Colorado, I was getting better. I was 5th in practice, 10 qualifying, so that was good. And then the first moto, I fell and I got 12th, I believe, or 11th. I got 11th. Then the second moto, I was running 6th, and I fell and got 9th, and I got like 10th overall. But I actually rode half decent at Colorado, so I was quite happy with that, just because I was making improvements. And so yeah, that was that. And then I was just looking forward to the next weekend, you know, to build myself, and just had a little bit of an issue practicing and got hurt, and then that was it. So it's definitely been a really tough 2 years for me.
So you had another surgery after your practice crash?
Yeah, I had my shoulder surgery by Dr. Kramer a week after, and he said he almost made it bulletproof. I mean, almost isn't awesome, but it's good enough if it's bulletproof.
Cool. So it's been a tough year for you, knocked out of both series that you're contesting by injury. How do you stay positive?
How do I stay positive? Is just looking on and looking forward to what's to come. It's just tough, just because I'm just trying to get myself back in the mix and racing again and battling with those guys in the front, and it's making it a little bit tricky for myself if I'm always injured. So I'm looking forward to the future, and I just really want to work hard and stay focused and like be the guy up front again, you know. So yeah, it's going to take a lot of commitment from myself and self-discipline, but I believe I can do it, and I just need to stay focused and healthy, and I'll be fine.
How did you feel, results aside, how did you feel on the 450 while you were on it?
I felt okay on the 450, but I never got to a point where I was comfortable, just because I wasn't at that stage yet. I couldn't do 30+2 the full time at the same speed because I would get tired, and that's just being honest. I just was coming back from my injury I had in Supercross, which was my ribs, my lungs, my back, and my shoulder. So I was just, you know, trying to build my way in there, and my fitness wasn't quite good. But riding a 450 is just a complete different animal. It's just so tough because it's so heavy, and you just need to have so much strength with it, and it's tough for sure. So yeah, I'm sure I would have got to a point where I was really comfortable on it, but I didn't quite get to that stage.
It has to suit your stature better, though, because you're big for a 250.
Yeah, it does suit me a little bit better, but I still say I enjoy riding the 250 more. 450 is just, a 450 is really fun to ride, you know, but racing is a complete different game. You know, the intensity is at a full another level, and it's tough, but I'm going to be doing lights again next year, so that's going to be tricky, but it'll be good.
So do you have another year with Mitch then?
We're trying to sort that out, but we'll see.
Okay, but the plan is if it works out, you'll be in the lights class?
No matter what, I'm going to be lights next year, because I just need to, I feel like I'm so far behind the 8 ball now, and you know, I'm not just going to jump in that 450 class the way it is now with all those fast guys, with no confidence, and just, I'm not coming off of anything, you know, I'm coming off of getting injured again, you know, so I just need to have a year where I build myself up and maybe try and be the guy in the lights class, and then go into the 450 class, because I'm just not ready. I'm not going to just jump in the 450 class and be where I was at the first 2 nationals, which was like a 10th place guy. I don't want to be there. I want to be running up front. So it's just the best decision, I think, for me, is to rebuild myself. You know, I've been out for 2 years, so it's the best decision for me.
I just noticed something funny. When they named it Supercross and Supercross Lights, we all hated it. Now it's not called that anymore, and we're both still saying lights.
I know. It's a habit, innit?
But are you talking about 250s outdoors too then?
Mm-hmm. All year.
Okay, that's nice. So what have you been up to? I mean, I follow you on Instagram. It looks like you went over...
I was on a Euro trip, actually. It was quite cool. I was just chilling at my house in Florida, cycling every day and just keeping myself occupied, working, doing my therapy on my shoulder. And one morning I woke up and Jamie Dobb texted me and Tommy Searle texted me and he's like, hey, give me a call. So I called them and they wanted me to help for the RCU in England. So I jumped the gun right away. I was definitely happy to do that because obviously I love going back to the UK and it was something for me to do. So I was fortunate enough, they booked me a flight and I went to England and I made a trip out of it. I stayed over there for 3 weeks. I went back to Scotland, so it was good to go back there. And so I did the RCU and that was a good time training the kids, and I had fun with that, with Ricky and Jeff and Jamie and Tommy. He also helped. I don't think I'm missing anybody else, but it was fun. So I went there and just then I went and visited some family and just hung out with Tommy for a little bit. And yeah, that was it. So it was a fun trip, and now I'm back and just trying to sort out what I'm doing for next year.
I think we could all tell that you've been back in Scotland for a little bit.
Yeah, it's the accent kicking in.
The accent gets
I know, that's what they're saying, because usually, honestly, when I go back to Scotland, they think I sound American. Because it's because I've got such a, I call it a global accent because it's from everywhere. It's like Scottish, Canadian, American. So I've got like the American slang with the Scottish accent, so it totally throws people off. But yeah, every time I go back, it gets stronger.
Yeah. What have you been doing when you're not traveling? Are you just getting on your specialized bike and pedaling away?
Yeah, I've just been getting my @IamSpecialized on Twitter. But no, I've just been cycling and going to the gym. And just really going to the gym for fun, like for something to do and enjoy it. I've actually gotten into running quite a lot, but running kind of catches up to you and your knees start hurting and stuff. But I've gotten into that, but you know, because I'm at the stage right now where I don't want to get all ready for Anaheim 1 at this time, you know. So I just enjoy working out and staying healthy and fit. And I've just been hanging out with my friends, doing my therapy, trying to organize next year. And yeah, I think it will be a good year next year.
So when you're racing and you're in the season, you come out of the gym and you have notes from girls on your windshield. Being out and injured, has that tapered off? Or are you still the darling of all the
Oh no, I'm just a has-been at this point, Don. I'm just a has-been. Nobody likes me. It's tough. It's a tough one, because I remember when I was doing well, I walked out and I did have a few notes on my truck and all that. Even at Supercross, Toyota Vescandito had me a sick truck, and they actually usually put my name on it. And so I had a few notes when I walked out at Supercross when I was watching like the West Coast rounds on my truck. So that was actually quite funny, you know, because you don't know exactly what they look like, so you got to kind of do a little creeping. They say their name on it, so you do a little creeping on Instagram, check them out. But no, now I'm just, I don't know, normal.
All right, so some of your, I mean, all of your sponsors are stuck by you. You still rolled up in the sweet truck. Yeah,
I'm definitely lucky to have Toyota Vescandito. I'm just so happy with Toyota Vescandito and Damien and everybody over there, just because I've been with them since I turned pro, and they've just been so good to me. Just because I've been hurt and they're sticking behind me, that means a lot to me, because a lot of people will drop you when you get hurt, and I've learned that people just give up on you, and it sucks, but you know, they have to keep their business happy. You know, they want winners, and when you're hurt, you're not a winner. And Toyota Vescandito have just been so good to me, so I honestly cannot thank those guys enough. They've been awesome.
When do you get back on a bike?
Well, I went to the doctors yesterday, and I thought, I don't know, I just thought it was a longer since I've had my surgery. I thought I was at 3 months, And as we got there, we're like, oh, how long has it been? And it's only been 2 months. But I'm feeling like my shoulder's feeling that good already, so that's good. The doctor said it was all good, looked good, but he says give it another month and I should be okay to start riding. He says, this is what he says it's like a paper clip. You know, you can't break a paper clip right away, but if you keep tugging on it and stretching it and all that, it will eventually break. So he says, don't stress it too early, just keep it calm, and in another 3 to 4 weeks I can start riding. So just looking forward to that, but I was a little bit disappointed because it kind of throws off a little bit of plans because I really wanted to do the Nations, and that's just kind of cutting it tight. So I don't know what I'm doing, but it's probably not looking like I'm going to do the Nations, which is unfortunate.
How bad do you miss riding right now? I mean, at first I'm sure for any professional that gets hurt, it's kind of like a nice break from the grind, but you've got to miss it by now.
Oh no, I miss it a lot because I've learned that motocross is the only thing that gives you like my true happiness. You know, like when you're riding and when you're winning, it's like the best feeling. Like you're just so happy. But when you get that a lot, you almost take it for granted. Like you get another win, you're like, oh, you know, that was good. You know, but then when you lose it and you don't have it anymore, you're like, oh, I missed that feeling. Like it's your true happiness. And even when you're out riding with your buddies and you do something sketchy, like you'll be riding in the hills and someone endos, but they save it and you're all giggling, like, you know, it's just like your happy spot. It's your happy place, as Happy Gilmore would say. So I just love riding. Even if it's not racing, I still love riding my dirt bike, and it sucks when it gets taken away from you, but I'm just lucky enough that I can go back to the sport I love. You know, some people aren't that lucky, so I'm definitely lucky.
All right, you're in California right now. I know you bought the place in Florida. You still have your place out here?
Yes, I still have my place out here and I have my place in Florida. So.
Where's all Andy then? Right?
Andy rips up Pala. Oh, got a bit windy in here. My dad Andy, he rips up Pala 2 times a week. He just loves the vet track. He does some good air wheelies. He does some good air wheelies, and yeah, he loves it though. I think he goes more for just, he sets up his pop-up tent and has a good BS with the boys, and he just enjoys it, so it's cool.
Oh man, we can't wait to see you back on the bike, dude.
Yeah, thank you. Can't wait.